everybody. In this video, we're going to talk about how to find the 5-number summary for a data set. So take 3 deep breaths and let's make this math easy. All right, so the 5-number summary is basically a group of 5 numbers that describe where the data is centered around as well as how spread out it is. So the 5-number summary is composed of the minimum, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and the maximum. So if you're asked to find the 5-number summary for a data set, you basically just need to find those values. And this is easiest if you list the data set in order. So for this data set, it looks like I have a 0 and a 1, and I have 2 2s, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and 2 8s, and a 9. I think I got all of those. All right, so we can see that the minimum is 0 and the maximum is 9. And then to find the median, I'm going to basically just find the middle of my data set. So I'll match these outermost data points up till I get to the middle. And it looks like the middle of the data set is going to be in between 4 and 5. So halfway between 4 and 5 is 4.5. And then I'll find the median of each of the halves to find my quartiles. So if I match up the outermost data points in the lower half, it looks like my first quartile is between 2 and 2, which means that the number will be 2. And then if I match up these numbers, it looks like my third quartile is in between 7 and 8. And so my third quartile would be 7.5 because that's the number that's halfway between 7 and 8. So this is how you find the 5-number summary, and sometimes the 5-number summary will be represented with a box and whisker plot. So to make a box and whisker plot, you basically plot the 5-number summary on a number line. So we could say, okay, here's my number line, here's 0, let's make this 10, and then we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And to make my box and whisker plot, I'm going to draw a line for each one of my 5-number summary numbers. So my minimum is 0, my first quartile is 2, my median is 4.5, my third quartile is 7.5, and my maximum is 9. And then you draw a box around the middle 2 quarters of the data. So this is why it's called a box plot. And then you connect the minimum and the maximum with lines to the box, and those are the whiskers of the plot. So this is a box and whisker plot, and basically it's just a visualization to see what the 5-number summary is. So when you're looking at a box and whisker plot, the main thing to know is that in each section of the box and whisker plot, you're going to have 25% of your data, or 1/4 of your data. Because remember, the median splits the data in half, and that's represented by the line in the middle of the box. And then your 2 quartiles split your halves into halves. So essentially they split them up into quarters. And so each one of these sections has 25% of your data within it. And so drawing the 5-number summary as a box plot is a really good way to kind of visualize how spread out your data is. Because like in this example, it looks like there's a lot of data points between 7 and 8 because 25% of the entire data set is just in that teeny little section of the number line. Versus in this section, it's significantly more spread out. And so that's one of the things that box plots can help you visualize. So why don't you guys try this one on your own? Pause the video, find the 5-number summary, and then also draw a box and whisker plot to visualize that 5-number summary. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is list my data set in order. So I have 2 zeros, and then I have 2 1s, And I don't think I have any 2s, but I have 2 3s and 2 4s and 2 5s as well. And then no 6s, but I have 3 7s and 2 8s and a 9. So I write out my data set in order, and then I need to find the middle of my data set. Well, actually, I can go ahead and fill in my minimum and maximum right now. So I know the minimum is 0, the maximum is 9. And to find the median, I'll just connect my outermost data points to find the center. And it looks like on this one, the median is going to be 4.5 again. So my median is 4.5, and that's exactly in the middle of 4 and 5. So I'm going to now take my lower half of the data and find the median of that, which will give me the quartile. So in this case, I have 1 and 3 in the middle. So the number that's in between 1 and 3 is 2. You can also figure that out by averaging it. And then to find the upper quartile, or the third quartile, I'm going to find the middle of this. And it looks like I have 2 7s in the middle. So the number that's in between 2 7s is a 7. And so that's my third quartile. So on my box and whisker plot, I'm going to have 0, 5, and 10 again, and then I'll make my little marks in between there. And my minimum is at 0, my maximum is at 9, my first quartile is at 2, and my third quartile is at 7, and then my median is at 4.5. And so this box and whisker plot is pretty symmetrical because the two different sides of the box and whisker plot look about the same. But this is what your box and whisker plot would look like. So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope that you have a good day.